It's time for Movie of the Week.
It's time for Neil Breen.
Neil Blomkamp's newest film.
Yeah, this is Neil Blomkamp's new movie.
Sam Slade, you recommended Neil Blomkamp's newest film.
Fateful Findings.
In space.
It's not in space.
Not yet.
I wish it was in space.
The space opera.
All the suicide would make a lot more sense.
In space, everyone can hear you kill yourself. That's the catchline for the movie.
Yeah. Neil Breen wrote that catchline.
Well, Neil Breen is
catchline. He yelled the catchline. Not a tagline. It's a catchphrase and a tagline.
It's time for a new video.
Neil Blomkamp's new movie, Neil Breen presents Fateful Findings, Episode 1.
The Phantom Menace.
I was given paranormal powers as a child.
I've hacked into just about all the information I need. They have no idea. No more books!
You were given a power.
Others want to take this from
me. He's writing about government secrets.
Guys, we watched it.
So
we all sat down and watched it.
Yeah, this is an exception.
A very special movie of the week. It's the first time we ever watched a movie together. Ever.
Yeah, we've never watched a movie together.
Never. Why is that shot only from... What the fuck? And this was the first time. It was very special. It was magical.
It's like, oh, do you guys want to go see Kingsman? All right, I'll take the 8 o'clock. You'll take the 10 o'clock.
You take the 10 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
I even paid extra to see it in IMAX in a different theater so that I didn't see it with them.
I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide.
Well, Sam Slade, you obviously knew more about it because you had already seen it before we saw it together.
I had seen it.
So what did
my second time.
What did you think of it the second time?
It's even better. There's so much more that comes out at you the second time.
All this time, I haven't been working on my next book. I've hacked into the most secret government and corporate secrets.
Well, I forced you guys to get on this Neil Breen train, because I've been wanting to get on a Neil Breen train for a while, because I've seen a lot of bad movies.
Well,
I like a lot
the
of bad
only train
movies.
that never stops.
Yeah, it's the only train that will never stop. He's immortal. I've been wanting to watch his movies because he's got like 4, and I haven't seen any of them.
Only 4.
So I want to crack into that Neil Breen database, hack in.
You want to hack into
and watch his movies.
Be the best hacker in the world.
And I thought I'd recommend his first one that I was going to watch. Maybe you guys would watch it too, and you did.
Yeah. So going into it, you said it was the new Tommy Wiseau guys.
I don't like saying that because.
Well, he's very different from Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Like, But
I also feel like everybody says it's like, he's the new Tommy Wiseau. And it's like, Tommy Wiseau is much more special to me.
Yeah,
Neil Breen might be more of a sociopath. He might have actually killed people.
I mean, alright, so... Fateful Findings, it's weird, it makes no sense, it's poorly written, poorly directed, there's no good actors in it.
I can't believe you committed suicide.
But it doesn't have the magical charm that The Room has. Like, The Room will always encapsulate me. It'll always be like a special thing.
What are you talking about?
Every time I watch it. But
I want to watch The Room right now.
I don't know if Fateful Findings will ever reach that point for me.
But what bad movie ever could?
What it has done is, like, when I finished watching it the first time, I was like, oh my gosh. I had forgotten, because, like, it had been a while since I'd seen a bad movie this good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at this high of a caliber. Because, like, the most recent ones, it's just been like, yeah, that was a pretty decent watch for a bad movie. Like, I appreciated these parts or whatever, you know?
Right.
But, like, this one was like, oh, man. This is great.
Long time coming.
Long time coming.
I know what you mean.
It's like The Room with the production value of Birdemic.
Yes.
Birdemic is a worse movie than both of them because its production value is awful. It's even worse than both of them.
Yes. Well, this movie has a few shining moments of, like, okay, that was kind of done well. Like, there are some shots that don't look absolutely terrible, and
I don't think so.
And there's, like, the camera's in focus.
That's true.
There are times.
There are times where I can hear the characters,
Yes.
like unlike Birdemic.
But the only part that really stuck out to me is like, oh, that was actually done okay. Is the effect where he gets hit by a car? It doesn't look
That's because
bad as
that's
it
because
could.
he was hit by a car. I think he was actually hit by a car.
Because I've seen so many bad speed ups of like a guy getting hit by a car where it looks totally cartoonish and not real at all. And it looked okay, so I'm gonna give him a little credit because that looked.
Again, I'm not kidding. I think he probably hit himself with he probably got someone to hit him with his car.
Yeah, I would believe that.
I don't think that was faked.
So the movie does this thing where, especially in the beginning, like when there's just supposed to be extras around, where you only see shots of their feet.
Yeah.
So I have a theory that all of those feet shots in the beginning in the car accident were just all of the other characters from the rest of the movie.
Probably.
Which is why he didn't want to show them, because it would make no sense if they were there. And then he just got other actors later to film for their close-ups to say, oh, what happened to him?
I saw it. I'm a witness. I saw him get hit by that car.
Call 911. Call 911.
Is he dead? Is he dead?
It's the Rolls Royce that hit him. I saw it. I'm a witness.
I'm a witness.
Oh my god. Is he dead?
Is he dead?
Is he dead?
Is he dead? Is he dead?
I knew going in that it would be pretty awful, although I was not sure just how special it would be.
It's very special.
It's very special.
Remember when I said a week ago that it has the greatest ending I've ever seen?
Yes.
And it does.
Yeah, I definitely don't remember you saying that. But
He didn't say that, actually.
I did. I said it to Kevin.
even better than I could hope, and worse than I could have hoped.
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
So something I want to talk about is how Neil Breen is a monster. Like, his face looks okay-ish. Like, he just looks like a 50-year-old white dude. And then he smiles.
He looks like a demon that cut the face off of a regular old white man.
Off of an old... Yeah.
And, put it on his face.
Every time he smiles in the movie, it's terrifying.
It's actually scary.
I see
no
death.
joke.
There's one scene where he's like hugging and kissing his wife or whatever, and he's smiling, and he looks like a horror movie monster, like he's going to kill her.
Yeah. This is joy. This is joy.
This is joy.
Honestly, it's terrifying. Like, he looks like a scary guy.
Also, anytime he opens his mouth, period, it's just like... Like there's something wrong with him.
When he yawns. During a take.
Neil Breen is in this movie. He plays the perfect human being.
Yes.
He has no moral flaws.
He has no moral flaws. Every woman wants to bang him.
Literally every female character probably wants to have sex with him.
He's a writer, even though he's got a computer analyst degree. So he's a writer by accident.
He's a writer out of necessity. He's so good at writing that he has to do it for money.
Yeah,
Whereas,
he has to do it.
Most people might work like a job that they hate for money to be a writer because that's their passion. Right. Neil Breen is such a good writer that he is able to hate writing.
He's like, I hate doing this. I have to do this for my paycheck. Yawn.
He wants to be the world's best hacker.
All this time, I haven't been working on my next book. I've hacked into the most secret government and corporate secrets.
So to get into the plot,
yes, I want you to explain.
You have to read the synopsis actually,
because
if you read the synopsis, that's what the synopsis
movie
says.
never explains this.
So Neil Breen, we already discussed this, gets hit by a car.
Yes,
he's holding a magic rock in his hands when he gets hit by the car, which
is also a USB drive.
Which activates spoilers, which activates some sort of magical outbreak in him. He recovers very fast.
I've got great family genes, but I'm still in pain.
And these powers, this magic that has come into him, has given him the power to hack all governments and all major corporations and expose them for their secrets.
Well, he is the best hacker.
Now he's the best hacker of all time.
Yes.
No joke, that is the plot.
He is such a good hacker, he can hack through walls. He needs to have 4 laptops on his desk at all times so he can always be hacking and writing at the same time.
And we are not talking about firewalls. We are talking literal walls.
Yes.
He goes through several walls in the movie.
Yes.
He probably looked it up. He was probably like, what can hackers do? They can hack governments. They can hack major corporations. They can hack through firewalls. And he's like, firewalls? Like, they can hack through walls?
He's like, well, we don't have the budget for fire,
but if they can hack through a firewall, then they can hack through a regular wall. Easy.
Well, because there's no fire on a regular wall, which makes regular walls much easier to hack.
That's the thing about Neil Breen is he definitely doesn't understand most things.
Neil Breen is afraid of giving himself any character flaws. Everything he does, he is morally perfect. a teenage girl tries coming onto him.
Yeah, a teenage girl shows up, like, that's his friend's daughter, shows up.
His best friend's daughter.
Yeah, and takes her clothes off and tries to seduce him, and he's like, you can't do this.
Please stop. You can't do this. Please, don't do it anymore.
Neil Breen definitely seems to think that he is the most perfect man that's ever lived.
What's great about it is he's very understanding. He's like, we can't do this. I'm married. You're too young. You don't understand what you're doing.
I don't think he actually says any of that.
He doesn't say any of that, but he's
says,
being understanding. He's like,
yes.
You can't do this, though. Go home.
He's like, go home. He puts a towel on her.
And the next scene...
Literally seconds later.
Seconds later, his wife's like, oh, what happened? He's like, well, you would know that
you
that
let
whore,
her into our house.
That whore is trying to seduce me. She went into our pool and got naked. She snuck into our bathroom.
Hey.
Was that Allie? What is she doing in here?
You should know. You're the one who invited her over here. Oh, you can come over and use our swimming pool anytime you want. Remember? I just found her swimming topless in our pool. Then I find her taking a bubble bath in our tub. I told her never to come over again unless she called first.
I'll call her mother.
There's so much little stuff, too. Like, she pours the soap into the bubble bath. The drain's open. It's all just going down the drain. I'm like, that's not how you do it back.
Yeah, little stuff like, I'm done taking these pills for my accident. I don't need to take them anymore. He drops them into the toilet. His wife, known drug addict, he drops them in the toilet and doesn't flush them.
Like, the movie could play it off as, like make it really disgusting. Like, maybe the toilet could even have, like, shit in it. Or, like, make it really gross.
He would still flush it.
Well, no, but I mean, like, I'm saying about the wife.
That is the point of putting the pills in the toilet, is to flush them.
I'm past that. I'm saying, like, alright, so the movie...
I'm not thinking about that anymore. It is too stupid.
It's too dumb. I'm just saying, like, the movie...
It's a firewall. I can't hack that.
So after Neil Breen throws these pills in the toilet to try to get rid of him, and his wife's sitting right there, and she's like, no, you can't throw those in the toilet. He gets up, walks away, he doesn't flush it, and then she looks at the toilet, and without really even thinking, she just grabs them. And so I was thinking, like, oh, that could be a really cool moment, like, you know, outside of the fact that it's stupid because he should have flushed the toilet. That could have been...
situation would never happen.
No. But you could have done something interesting with, like, oh, she's such a drug addict that she's gonna go reach into the toilet.
That's why you do the trash can thing, because it's in the trash can, they're all over the place, and she picks out all of them.
Yeah,
but that doesn't happen.
There could be one that's in moldy food or something.
He drops them in the toilet and doesn't flush it, which is, why would you drop them in the toilet then at that point?
I want to finish up like a spoiler-free thing, because again, this is another movie that I just would like people to see. So spoiler-free thoughts, and then
spoiler-free thoughts, then we'll get into spoilers. Yeah.
If you like bad movies, watch this movie.
Yeah,
watch it now.
If The Room, and Troll 2, and Birdemic and others related to them are up your alley,
I would say definitely watch it.
You are definitely in the right alley.
Definitely watch it with a group of friends. With who, you know, I think it was great just watching it with.
If you don't have a group of friends, that's fine. It's still good on its own. I watched it by myself, alone, sad and alone. I laughed alone.
Such a loser.
Crazy.
Such a loser.
Yeah. Why? I watched it with people later. I hired you guys to watch it with me.
You're such a loser.
But
I paid you guys
check
to
is
watch
in the mail.
But yeah, definitely check it out. And after this, I don't know, maybe we'll each see our own leftover Neil Breen movie and report back here. I'm
going to keep watching these Neil Breen movies.
At 0500 hours.
Yeah. So is this his most popular one? Like, do people say that this is
considered his
the
most
Neil
popular
Breen
one.
experience? Is this movie?
It's either that or Double Down.
Most people say Fateful Findings. Like, when you look him up on Wikipedia, it says he's made 4 films. This one, this one, this one. Oh, and Fateful Findings is considered a cult film.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I definitely say see it if you like those movies, if you like shitty movies. It's great. It's terribly acted. It's terribly directed.
Terribly shot.
Terribly shot. Oh, there's some real
audio's
awful
bad
shots
because
in there.
all the audio is camera audio and very apparent.
I don't think there's a single shot in the movie that doesn't use camera audio.
The cow skull turned, and it never turned
what the
again.
fuck was that about? It never goes back to that.
It was a magical day.
So spoilers from here on out. If you haven't seen the movie, go fuck yourself.
Spoilers
go watch
for
the
a
movie.
Neil Breen terrible.
Yeah, spoilers.
Well, Sam Slade, it's a very plot-heavy movie.
It is.
Yes, the plot's very important.
Spoiler, he hacks the government so hard that everyone commits suicide.
Everyone kills themselves.
I've been hacking into government and corporate systems all over the country. All over the world. I have discovered more information than any hacker ever has. Ever. What I have found will shock you.
And not only
like
that,
on
but
stage, like several people are on stage, like he's telling people about it. He hasn't even released the information yet.
See, half of them do. The other half have the decency to
go home and do it. Yeah.
And do it.
I'm afraid of going to prison. They now know my crimes.
Yeah.
That's because they didn't have their noose with them.
And I'm pretty sure they use the same gun.
They do.
There was only when the guy blew his head off, and then
even further, Kevin. There was only one gun prop the entire movie. That gun is the same gun.
There's a sniper rifle that the assassin that tries to kill Neil Breen at the end that gets killed. He just gets killed by some random patriot who's like, no, he's speaking the truth. Kill him.
Why did he get killed?
And amazed at what I have here.
Because they love Neil Breen. Did you not hear that audience? They were all cheering the entire time.
That's true.
They were
because he was releasing the information.
The best part about that scene at the end when they all kill themselves is right when he comes up and he's like, "I've hacked," like when he first says, "I've hacked into government corporations and all this stuff," and immediately after he says that, everybody starts cheering. Like he has no explanation. He just says, I haven't been truthful."
One of the funniest parts about that whole thing is in his reveal, he's saying that the information that he has is stored on his little rock that he's been holding.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
And so it's like, is that a flash drive? Does his magical rock double as a flash drive?
It's magic hacking, dude.
So now,
every time he hacks, though, he goes into this.
I was just about to say, I want to get into the under the skin realm.
Yeah, it's just under the skin, and nothing happens in it.
So you guys know that shitty 2013 movie Under the Skin?
That happened to come out after Fateful Findings.
Neil Breen actually did it first. So if you like Under the Skin, just know that Neil Breen's smarter than you.
Yeah.
That's a very sad.
Well, we
thing.
should explain more. Okay, so in Under the
really
Skin,
sad.
they go like there's this weird like void place they go into whenever she lures men in.
Yes.
And they fall into this goo. And it's all
it's
black.
Literally the only
it's all black
part
all
of
nudity
Under the Skin, where it's like it's at least it's visually exciting.
Yeah,
like where the rest of the Under the
interesting.
Skin is just boring to look at. There's no good cinematography anywhere.
Terrible.
And nothing happens. And in those scenes, it's like the most memorable part. It's the part that everyone talks about when they talk about Under the Skin. Because it's the only time anything happens.
Yeah.
And this movie pretty much does the exact same thing.
Except with trash bag.
Yep.
And they came out the same year, and Fateful Flames came out first, like several months first. Look it up, Google it.
And Under the Skin only took 2 weeks to make, so... anyways...
Fateful Findings.
Fateful Findings, better movie than Under the Skin.
It is. I enjoy it way more. I've seen it twice.
More stuff happens in it.
Yeah, special effects are better.
Can't believe he committed suicide.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. So like their friend couple,
right?
The porn stars,
the porn couple
with the daughter that tries to seduce him.
She's a porn star.
They're arguing throughout the whole movie, and it's like, oh, this couple, I feel so much for them. They're arguing, and after a very vicious fight where they spill drinks on each other, she grabs a gun and decides, I'm gonna shoot holes into your car. And she's like, I'm gonna shoot holes in your car, and he's like, no, don't do it. And he jumps in the way of the car,
and
I'm gonna shoot this damn car out full of holes.
No!
Murder.
In his defense, he did have a classic Ferrari, it looked like.
Yeah,
it's a pretty nice car.
Yeah, Neil Breen's car.
Probably Neil Breen's car.
Yeah, so he gets shot and he's dying, or he's dead.
And his daughter walks in.
And his daughter walks in, and the wife is holding the gun.
She has a gun in her hand.
And she's like, he killed himself. And then she puts the gun next to him and
doesn't wipe it off her fingerprint.
And then Neil Breen, who just happens to be
Neil
there
Breen
at the
happens
same
to
time.
be
doesn't
there.
put it in his hand. Puts his
like. There's nothing setting up why he was going there.
He killed himself.
Neil Breen shows up and he's like, oh my gosh, no, and he completely believes her, and she's like, he killed himself. He killed himself.
Neil Breen, who just happened to be at the front door, like Neil Breen was already there.
This is only like 30 minutes into the movie, by the way. And he just holds him in his arms, and he's like, I cannot believe you committed suicide.
Well,
he says that like 8 times.
And then that leads into his wife committing suicide, because for some stupid-ass reason, it's very backwards, the wife of Neil Breen believes that it's her fault that he committed suicide.
Yeah. Well, she said, "Get away from me! You're drunk." When he tried to touch her butt or whatever.
Yes.
Which caused him to commit suicide.
She commits suicide.
Yeah.
Which lets Neil Breen...
And then Neil Breen comes in again, has another character die in his own...
Neil Breen repeats every single line he says at least 3 times.
I think it's because he's trying to get multiple takes, and he just kept all of them, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think he like, all right, I got the camera rolling, boom.
Like,
here's my take. I hate this.
I
will not write anymore. I will not write anymore.
When his best friend kills himself...
I won't write anymore.
He says, I can't believe he killed himself. For literally 2 scenes. It is 2 scenes, that is all he is saying.
No.
He's like, I can't believe you killed yourself. And next scene,
I can't believe he killed himself. I can't believe he killed himself.
We haven't even talked about how the fact that most of the movie is him discovering this girl that he was in love with when he was 8.
Oh, right.
They find each other again.
And then they have sex in the woods in broad daylight.
There are so many plots that happen in this movie. Like, it is so many things that are just happening.
Yeah.
Because, alright, so the movie also opens up with, like, the weirdest part where, like, these 2 little kids are walking through the woods in modern times. Like, it's obviously modern times because there's, like, a 2003 Lexus that the kids get in at the end of the scene.
Yeah, but at the end of the scene, his woman he loves.
40
They're walking through the
later.
woods, and the little kids find a mushroom, and they're like, "Holy fuck, a mushroom!" And they get down.
Well, the kid goes, "A mushroom!"
And then
it goes like this.
Yeah, the kids just like wait for something magic to happen with their hands open, and then the mushroom turns into a box, and then the box has
the flash
drive in it. And then the little girl's like, "It's a magic day," and she writes down, "It's a magical day."
Look what I found. A treasure. It's a magical day. It's a magical day.
And then 50 years later, also in 2013,
they find each other and confess that they've been in love with each other this entire time
at a pool party
because she kept that notebook in her pocket the whole time.
At all times.
At all times.
Oh, but wait, she's also his nurse.
Yes.
Like that's how they find each other later. Is they're
It's very fateful.
Well, no,
Fateful
she's not
Findings.
a nurse. She's a doctor.
She's a doctor.
God. Well, like it's crazy to me that we forgot to talk about all this until right now.
Because there's so much to talk
We've
about.
only scratched the surface.
Really, we could talk about the movie for as long as the movie is.
We could
Yes.
we're longer.
But yeah, so then they confess that they love each other still this whole time, and she's like, "I've always kept this notebook on me," which is ridiculous. She was 8 years old and she kept that notebook in perfect condition
forever
in her pocket,
and there's nothing else written in it either. It is just that one page that has today's a magical day, or it's a magical day.
So after, he goes on a secret date with her. And as he's on the secret date with her, his wife kills herself. So once she kills herself, Neil Breen has sex with her.
Yes.
Comes back. Now that she's dead, he's completely in the clear.
Yes.
He didn't cheat on her because she's dead.
Right. He did though.
He did. He didn't know.
He didn't know.
It was just a nice way for him. He's in. Just picture him in the writer's room, and he's like, "Oh man, I don't want my character to be a scuzzbag and cheat on his wife. Well, she should just kill herself for no reason."
The movie also does this thing, and I want to cut to Kevin just getting mad about it because that was funny. Do you almost see tits again?
Yeah, you almost see tits again.
Oh my god. It's actual torture.
It's like, let me have them.
I want them! It's one of those things where okay, it's fine. You want to ruin my day with this fucking movie, that's okay.
At least the room gives us tits.
The room gives you tits.
Where literally all the female characters never wear a bra ever.
Cuts to why?
And also every single female character at one point has their shirt off. But you never see a single nipple in the entire movie, except for Neil Breen's. You see Neil Breen's nipple.
Oh yeah, you see everything. Well, so his new girlfriend gets kidnapped, and he hacks through
by
walls.
The government or whatever.
Yeah, he hacks through walls to get her.
Yep.
That scene is so retarded. He shows up and he's like, "Where's the key?" And the guy's like, "Oh shoot, what are you doing, Neil Breen?"
Also, how did Neil Breen? Did that? I don't remember. Did that little note card that Neil Breen have tell him exactly where the?
Yeah. Exactly.
Why was that guy carrying?
It was in his pocket.
Why was he carrying
a
business card that said exactly where he was going to take her on it?
It has the greatest ending of any movie.
Yes,
I agree.
Yes, Please see
I'm
it.
going to watch it again.
There is so
probably
much
tonight.
suicide in this movie.
All right, so our next movies for next week: The Black Coat's Daughter, Chocolate.
It's about an autistic kung fu artist.
Yes, and then the third one is Kung Pao.
I'm gonna say Black Coat's Daughter.
I was gonna say the same thing.
All right, Black Coat's Daughter.
Black Coat's
next
Daughter.
week.
We'll be back.
Woo!